Jimmy's Ones, welcome back to the channel. Today I have some very, very special guests for you guys on the channel. We got our boy, Stryzer, Main Event Stryzer's in the building. Stryzer, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Main Event Stryzer. I cover all things wrestling games. 2K26 is the big one right now. Ultra Wrestling, the Wrestling Code, pretty much anything related to wrestling video games. Check it out.
Beautiful. And making his first appearance on the channel, I believe, in an official capacity. Well, really? on my channel, I believe this is I believe this is our first collab on my channel, as far as outside of like clips or maybe something from the old pod. But yeah, I'm pretty sure making his first appearance in the building. We got a long time coming now. Kenny Bomb is in the building.
What's going on, Mr. Dubs? I can't believe this is my first time over here. I didn't even notice. Thanks for having me, sir. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for being here. Let them know where they can find you.
Yes, Kenny Bomb. We just got this logo made just now before the pod. So yeah, y'all can find me at Kenny Bomb on YouTube or X, wherever.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Now, everybody wants to know, what are we talking about today? Of course, we are talking about WWE 2K26, and we are going to go over some things that y'all would like to see from Universe Mode, as well as at the end of the video, we're going to cover the top 3 things that each of us are looking forward to the most from WWE 2K26 from what we know so far. But first of all, we want to talk Universe Mode, as it is one of the most popular game modes in all of these WWE games for over a decade now. One of my favorite game modes. If you've been following the channel, doing my best to come up with creative new ways to create universe content for you guys. But I want to know, let's start with you, Clint. What are you looking forward to most in Universe Mode? Or if you're not a huge Universe player, what's going to bring you into the mode this year? What would you like to see added in, or what do you think we're going to see from Universe?
Well, I'm like you. Universe Mode is one of my favorite modes. Once I complete the My Rise mode or the Island mode or do all the other things in the game to unlock everything so I can go make my Universe Mode, I usually take all my wrestlers and I make my own show, and I kind of delete everything else, and you have to do it manually. One thing I would love to be able to do is basically start from scratch. So hopefully you could be able to just take it and just delete everything, all the title history, everything, and just so that just your show is there, like, and your title history is there. Because it always has all this stuff preset, and I feel it kind of bogs it down. Hopefully they'll fix that in 2K26. But just something like that to start off the video. Just something like that.
Fair enough. Okay. And what about you, Kenny? What do you think? What are your thoughts on Universe? I know you're not crazy about it, not something that you're always aficionado for, maybe not something you play every year. So what would it take for WWE? What could they add to Universe Mode that would really get you to really sink your teeth into this mode and want to actually put in some hours into it? What do they need to bring for you?
So yes, Mr. Dubs, that is correct. So Universe Mode, when it was first introduced, I tried it out. I thought I was going to like it, but it just wasn't for me. It seemed like the only cutscene I would ever get is the guy in the crowd holding the ticket. And I'm like, bro, this is just the same thing over and over. This just is not what I want from a WWE game. Walked away, never really gave it a second chance. I did give Universe Mode another shot in WWE 2K25. I created my roster for each brand, and then after I did that, I was like, all right, that was cool. Let's go ahead and start the shows. But then from there, I'm like, bro, what am I doing? I'm not progressing. I'm not earning anything. I'm just playing through these shows that I just made. So, I know people love this and they love to have their own wrestling universe, but I just feel like what we get in the mode right now is just not for me. If they added some story stuff in there, like even though the promos came back, it's just blank dialogue. If they put some mini stories just for each wrestlers, or just like random things popped up in each feud, I think that would make me want to see those cutscenes. So I would play Universe Mode just to get through those. Now, what they would need to do, for one, I would love to see Create a Story come back and kind of merged in with Universe Mode, maybe even made optional. But I would like some type of community creations things where, let's say you create your Universe Mode and put your stories in there. I could download and just play it, because I don't want to manage and run everything myself. That's why I don't play GM mode. So I think that's one thing. But it sounds like what I really would want to see is already in there, because I was telling you, Mr. Dubs, that I wanted to see like a career mode come back, and you said, well, that's superstar mode. So I think that is something that I would actually really enjoy. And 2K26, I think I'm going to jump in there and see what that part of the Universe Mode has to offer.
All right, fair enough. So it really sounds like what you want is what we all want, and what the community seems like they've been asking for over a decade now. Is we want to see create a story come back. Give us our story designer back,
Yes.
where people can create stories for us to play. They can upload them to community creations. Other folks can download them. For us, it's content for us. We can play through some popular stories if we have some like cool stories that some of our own, our channel members and our audience has made that want us to check out. We can check those out, make videos on them, or play them on live streams. I think it would be an endless source of content, and I really, really myself would love to get back into creating stories. I try and do that within my own universe videos, kind of creating my own story, doing that myself. But it would be so much better if I could do that, and then I could just go and upload that, and anybody could play through the story, and we could do like live streams together where we're playing through a story that we've made, like centered around three people, like a 6-man tag thing or whatever it is. You could create so many stories. And now, because when 2K14 was out and they had creative stories, they had that option. YouTube isn't what it was. It wasn't then what it is today, that you weren't getting so many big content creators playing through all these stories. There were some, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't what it would be today, and it didn't look the same as it would be today. So I think it would be really, really, really spectacular to get story designer back. It isn't not in 2K26, but I feel like maybe something like that would have been leaked by now. I'm really hopeful we get it in 2K26, but sadly, I don't think it's coming. I did think it was coming. I made videos on that prior to getting any knowledge on 2K26. I hope I'm wrong. But I feel like the Attitude Era and the whole Monday Night Wars is going to be a big selling point. They're going to sell a lot of copies of the game just on that. And I feel like Story Designer is such a big mode that it in itself could be the big selling feature for a game. So I don't know if they necessarily need it to sell the copies. As much as that sucks for me wanting it, I could see them holding it off till next year or something. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we see it back. But having that stuff in universe, like creating a universe, being able to create stories and upload universe, that's just create a story. That's pretty much what it is, and I wish that's what I really want. As far as for the universe mode for myself, I agree with you, Kenny. I think it is superstar mode is one thing. It is fun if you pick whatever your favorite wrestler, you create a universe around them, and you can create a whole division and pick what title you want to chase after. So you can create a whole hardcore title division and go through that roster, or you can create a whole current day WWE title or an AEW title, and you create your division, throw in your community creations, and then as with the superstar mode, it'll single out that superstar that you picked, and you can literally put them in the division you want first, have them chase that title, and you will get cutscenes, you will have rivalry actions that kind of come up on their own. But the problem with the whole rivalry system is, Kenny, you mentioned, I agree with you here, there's no story. So when there's a beatdown, there's an attack. Even if there's just a little dialogue box that pops up being like, oh my God, can you believe this? So-and-so has come out to beat him down. Just that little bit. And those are things I add in my own universe videos. But I find they go so far, just that little bit of text on the bottom, even if it's just describing what's going on and mentioning the name of X superstar that's attacking Y superstar. Just having that would do so much to just add to just having a blank canvas of a cutscene. And just little story beats in the promos, having little things in there. I really hope that we get to the point where that we can get AI generated stories going into universe mode.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Do the announcers talk during the promos in universe? Or
I think so, yeah.
I'm not sure about during the promos. During some cutscenes, I think so. But even if you just had that captioning of what the announcer said, would make a difference in some way. So there's little things they could do. But what I'm looking forward to most, what I think we're going to be getting this year in universe mode is obviously more cutscenes. I can't stress enough how much we need more cutscenes. We need backstage cutscenes, backstage interviews, backstage brawls, attacks. We need all those cutscenes. Basically, what I'm asking for is create a story, but just fine. If I can't get that back, give me bits and pieces and new cutscenes to throw in my rivalry. I would much prefer story designer, but if we're sticking to universe, I honestly do think we're going to be getting a new rivalry, not just the singles and the tag, but I think we're actually going to be getting faction rivalries. And my thought process behind this is that we are apparently getting faction warfare as part of the island this year. So we're having apparently like 3 rivaling factions, that it would fit into the theme to me that they add having faction rivalries coming to within universe. And I think that would be one of the greatest additions I'm looking forward to most. because it's something I wanted last year, and I hope we get it this year because it just adds more cutscenes and having that in. But Kenny, I always think about you now whenever I'm playing Universe and not having any kind of dialogue in there, no kind of story to follow. It really makes the mode fall flat. It really, really does.
Yeah,
so even
it
just
does,
that little bit of advent, and if you could find a way to incorporate AI to just create some very generic stories as you're going through for those cutscenes, just a little bit of dialogue box goes a long way. Like you don't even need voiceovers. Just dialogue boxes go so far to really making it into what we always wanted Universe to be, which I feel like is like a never-ending career mode. And Superstar mode, it's almost there. If you just add in those little bits of story dialogue in throughout the cutscenes, I think that would go a really long way while we're hoping and getting story designer back whenever that comes. Ideally, your solution to all of it is story designer. Get us back, create a story. That's what we really want. But as far as universe mode, looking forward to the new cutscenes and looking forward to hopefully getting faction rivalries. Now, we've talked about universe. Now I want to know from you guys, I want to know the top 3 things you guys are looking forward to most from everything we know about 2K26. Stryzer, I will let you go first. Let us know what the top 3 things you're looking forward to most about WWE 2K26.
The top 3 things I'm looking forward to is the big tease that just happened today, and it's showing all these new weapons. Like, I really, really want to try out these rumored new weapon mechanics. I mean, why else would you show so many? I can't even talk. Show so many new weapons or weapons in this thing if they're not going to have new mechanics? Because that really excites me. Because the match I played the most is Extreme Rules match. Because I love just throwing weapons, throwing a chair at somebody's dome, and having like react really funny. I just think it's hilarious. It makes me laugh hysterically every time I play a Extreme Rules match. The other thing would be all the features we were just talking about in Universe mode. I agree with Kenny. Like when you're playing through that mode, and after you set everything up and there's no cutscene, there's no dialogue, there's nothing, you kind of like, you know what? I'm going to go do something else because it really does ruin the mode. It needs something. What I would love to see in Universe mode, I know this is like official things, but if the Universe gets all these upgrades that are rumored to have, I would love to see it to be able to just let us set up the entire year, every cutscene, every promo, everything before we play through it. That would be huge, and that would be awesome. And then the third thing would be they're supposedly redoing the reversal system. I've heard that multiple times. I would love the new reversal system because I cannot stand the current one. I just want the 2 buttons back. That was so simple, so easy to understand. I'm really looking forward to hoping getting that back, gameplay-wise.
Interesting. People got mad at me because I said I like the 2-button system better. So, no, keep that out of there.
Yeah, I got yelled at for that too. So.
I personally think if that's true, I would be looking forward to that as well. That's awesome. Kenny, what about you? Top 3 things you're looking forward to most in once you get your hands on WWE 2K26.
So I gotta say with the first thing Clint mentioned, I do agree. The weapons, there's gotta be more weapons physics because I'm just like Clint. I like the Extreme Rules match more than any of the others, and I think we are going to get improved weapons physics this time because they're adding a shopping cart. How do you hit your opponent with a shopping cart? Are they going to be picking it up, just swinging it all over the place?
Yeah, like the stairs.
To put the weapon in the shopping cart and push it. And in order for us to get them in the shopping cart, the weapons physics has to be there and improved. So I think that's a good sign. Thumbtacks, the new weapon I am most excited about. We saw how they worked in AEW Fight Forever. I thought they were great. I thought they were a lot of fun. I just hope they aren't limited in WWE 2K26 where, let's say, if I'm playing in my faction, I will always want to have access to the thumbtacks because right now they have this weapons wheel and it's limited. Like you can't change what's in the weapons wheel in my faction. You have to use whatever they put there. So I'm hoping the thumbtacks or, whatever other weapons we're going to be able to use in any mode and not just specifically play mode or universe. So that's the thing I'm excited about most, just the new weapons. Now we don't know about My Rise yet. Anytime, these wrestling games come out up until 22, the thing I always looked forward to most was the career mode, whether that was Road to WrestleMania, Road to Elite, whatever it was. But I did not like My Rise in 22. I did not like My Rise in 23. Did not like My Rise in 24. I thought it was a lot better in 25, but I didn't like the fact that if you played through it one time, you couldn't change your created wrestler. You had to play through it again like 5 more times with that same wrestler. I would have liked it more if we were able to switch and still get that same progression. So I'm hoping this year they fix that if we're going to have to play through multiple times. And Mr. Dubs, we spoke about it earlier. If what you said, like predicted, comes to pass, and I think this is going to be the best career mode since we had the road to WrestleMania. So I'll just stick it at that. So that's my second thing. My third thing is kind of tough because I know a lot of people did not like the island. I didn't think the island was terrible in 25. It wasn't great.
I didn't finish it.
I finished it. And that's the thing. I know a lot of people didn't finish it, but I finished it. I got all the way through. And while the stories were terrible, the stories were not great. I like the concept of it being there because I always need something to come back to. Like back in the day, like even with 24, like I finished the showcase mode. I finished my rise. I wasn't playing my faction at that time. So I'm like, okay, now what? I'm going to play something else. But the fact that they kind of strung us along with that story, dropping new chapters every few months, it made me come back to actually make it through the end. And I like what they did at the end with Super Roman Reigns. So I heard this time the island is going to be kind of unrecognizable, and I don't know. I want to see if they live up to that. I'm hearing, we all heard about the faction stuff they're going to have on there. So I'm just hoping it's a better experience now because previously when you finished the chapters, it was nothing to do. The island was just like a wasteland. So I'm interested to see how they improved upon it in 26.
That is a very interesting point. For me, the reason I didn't finish the island, and I think what would bring me into the island would be if I can just have my regular creator wrestler. I'm sorry, I understand why you don't want the image uploader and be able to have custom images on the island, but I'm sorry, it ruins it for me. If I can't take a community creation of Kenny Omega into the island, or you know what I mean, or create my own guy, and also if I create someone within the island, I can't export him. So I'm not going to want to spend 20, 30, 40 plus hours creating my wrestler, moveset and all, and then having to do it again on the island. I would rather be able to create him in the island, and even if I can't use the image uploaders, create his base, create his moveset, everything, export him out, and then do all the editing. Because if I know I can do that, I'll create him first in the island and have him as best as I can make him on the island, and then export him out, and then do all the fine-tuning and tweaking and adding all the logos and stuff later. But at least I'll have a base. The creating of a wrestler for someone like me who's detail-oriented, and I also like to make tweaks as I'm playing, change how he looks, everything else. I definitely am not willing to put that time into what feels like a wasted amount of time on the island. So that's the biggest thing to me, is that if there's a way to export your guy from the island at any given point, and then just be able to edit them fully in the creation suite, even if they don't want to give us the logos, if I can at least do that, so I can spend the time, because I don't want to spend that time making a moveset only to have to do it all over again. So if I can do all that in the island and then export them out and then do my tweaking and editing after, then I'll probably play through the island this year, if you can do that. So I really hope they add it, because the island is a lot of content. So I really hope we can do that. Ideally, it's just the same creation suite, and you can move them interchangeably. That would be way better. But as far as my top 3 things that I'm looking forward to most in WWE 2K26, number 1, you were mentioning it, you were tiptoeing around it as far as why it could be the best, is my rise this year. I think with the obvious, we're getting CM Punk as the showcase star this year. He's going to be the cover star. And if the showcase focused around him, what is all this Monday Night Wars edition about? Obviously, the island has like 3 rivaling factions, but is that really going to tie into the Monday Night Wars? Maybe you have the NWO in there as a faction, maybe you don't. But really, the Monday Night Wars edition, what's going to be so Monday Night Wars about it? It's not just going to be a bunch of my faction cards and Mattel figures, is it? So to me, my rise this year, I hope not. But this year for me, my rise is definitely going to be focused around the Monday Night Wars, where you're going to be able to pick through either the WWE path, or you can join the WCW side. Or also, if you join the WCW side, another branching path will be the NWO side, and you'll have to play through all 3 stories to get all your rewards, arenas, all the like everything very similar to last year. Just this time, we're playing through the Monday Night Wars, so you get to be the WCW side, the NWO side, the WWE side, and it gives you a reason. If we don't get Sting in the game because he may be contracted somewhere else, if he's not revealed for the game, you could take your community creation of Sting and play as Sting on the WCW
That'd be
side,
awesome.
Yeah.
and the Wolfpack Sting on the NWO side, or even joining the WWE side. You hopefully get into feud with Undertaker, stuff like that. So there's like a lot of possibilities here that I really see with My Rise being a Monday Night Wars My Rise. So to me, that's going to be the number one thing I think I'm looking forward to that we have confirmed in this game. To me, it is confirmed because what else are they going to do with the Monday Night Wars? The new match
That's just a new
types.
mode. People were saying like Era's mode or something could be evolved, but
You're right. It could be something else. But to me, I'm putting my eggs in the basket if we're getting a Monday Night Wars My Rise. It just makes sense. And it's an easy branching path. You don't have to change too much from the Mutiny side where you're picking. You want to join the WWE side, the WCW, or the NWO side. And if they did an ECW edition of the game, we could get the get ECW thrown in there as a branching path as well. Don't think we're getting the ECW edition at this point, but if we did, they could even add that in. But the new match types is also going to be probably my number 2 thing. Is I'm really looking forward to number 1, the 3 stages of hell. Why 3 stages of hell over everything else? Because in 3 stages of hell, I can make it an Inferno match, a dumpster match, and an I Quit match all in one match. So I have no problem with that.
Keep it open. Some people are concerned that it's going to be like a basic 3 stages of hell where you have to do a normal match and then like a hardcore and then one of the cage matches.
Oh no, I
might
definitely
limit
think.
it.
No, I don't think so. I think you're gonna get. I think you can pick any 3 stipulations you want for all 3 of them. I definitely. It would be ridiculous to me if they didn't.
So. Yeah.
But look at special guest referee. The first year it came back, right? Only limited to one-on-one matches. So you could be right. But I really think 3 stages of hell, we'll be able to put them all in. If not, it'll be a huge letdown for that mode. Because I would love to be able to start it with a dumpster match, and then like a casket match, and then a Hell in a Cell match, whatever. The possibilities are great with a match type like that. I think that's a lot of fun. And lastly, number 3, definitely huge for me. Obviously, the huge focus on weapons, hardcore weapons, all that kind of stuff. I am definitely looking forward to seeing new weapon physics. I really hope that's a thing that we are getting new weapon physics. But the thumbtacks obviously is so huge. I'm hoping the gasoline tank we saw is maybe a thing that maybe you can light more than just tables on fire this year. Maybe we can set the dumpster ablaze is what they were kind of alluding to there. So that would be really cool.
Set the thumbtacks on fire.
Being able to set different things on fire would be great. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Weapon physics is something I've been wanting, better weapon physics for years. I've also wanted a better Hell in a Cell. Don't think we're getting that this year. But weapon physics is a big step. We do need a new Hell in a Cell, one where you can properly wrestle on the outside, have weapons on the outside, and have an actual match on the outside of the cell. It's crazy that you can't do that after all these years. But the other part of the weapon physics for me, I've heard the rumors, and I hope it's true, that we're getting stackable tables back. So I hope that's true. I hope that's true because that's fun. You can do it with mods on the PC version and stuff, but I would like to see that in the base game, stackable tables come back and being able to set those ablaze. It would be great, and it would be the year to do it. I don't know if you guys ever ran into this problem, but I thought it was a weird issue. I'm just hoping it gets rectified since we're talking about the weapon physics. Is if you lay someone on a table and you climb to the top of the ladder, you can't actually do your finisher, any of the moves other than just a regular splash through the table. You can do it if they're laid on the ground or anywhere else. So you can still do the finishers off the top of the ladder,
through the table,
but not if they're laid on the table. And I thought that was such a weird thing. I was trying to capture B-roll for another video I'd edited, and that's where I noticed that, where I was like, it was the weirdest thing. You can't do anything but a splash when you're putting them through the table. So I hope that is rectified and fixed this year. So those are my 3 things. I hope you guys all leave me in the comments below the top 3 things you're looking forward to the most in the comment section down below. Let us all know. But Dubious Ones, I appreciate you all so very much for watching. And until the next one, deuces.